Hello, this is Noble Titan with another damn lift, bringing you my hardcore demon hunter. I have been meaning to do this video series in the past, but have just not found the time. I know that the end of season 3 is fast approaching, but the news of Kanai's Cube coming up in patch 2.3 has got me a little excited, and so I started playing some Diablo 3 again. So I decided that I would take the rest of you with me in my quest to reach level 70 with a hardcore character. Unfortunately, all of my things are small, worthless piles. And as I said in my leveling guide, my favorite way to level is adventure mode. Unless you are, for some reason, I don't even know. If you feel that you have to beat the story with every character before you go into adventure mode, then feel free to do so. But you will be severely slowing yourself down. Adventure mode has so much better XP in the massive chunks you get from finishing bounties to the enemy density. And by doing this season, I have access to all of the season special sets. Like the Demon Hunter, I believe it's called Unhallowed. The Unhallowed set is a 5-piece set, if I recall. It buffs my generator abilities, so like Hungering Arrow, Elemental Arrow, Entangling Shot, those things. It'll buff the damage on those as well as how many resources to generate, I believe. It also buffs multi-shot. So I am not extremely hardcore in this game. I did not even realize my objective, and that's went the wrong way. I'm a pretty serious player, but I've never managed to get to the point where I can run a Demon Hunter without generators. And so this set is great for me because it will allow me to keep running the generator abilities on my Demon Hunter. So Hungering Arrow is one I like. I like the Entangling Shot. The Bowless one is really good for some bosses in that it can stun them. Of course, this is all my simple knowledge. It's not none of what I'm talking about here is something that I've learned through, doing end game greater rifts or anything. This is all me playing with my friends. But I've been trying to play a lot more. My knowledge of the game has increased exponentially with reading articles, looking at builds and everything, to hopefully bring you guys the new and greatest builds, and some of my own. With this hardcore character, I want to try the Unhallowed set. So I'll be running multi-shot, the generator of my choice, that'll be a good one, and I'm probably going to pick up the legendary quiver that gives me more turrets, so that I can run turrets. And being that this is a hardcore character, I'm going to put a large focus on staying alive, which is an extremely important part of hardcore. As you may have noticed, I actually started playing the game on hard. I think that playing the game, even with a hardcore character on normal, is way too simple. So I opted to, with this new hardcore character, start on hard. Better XP gain, a little bit better item game. Not that stuff is particularly important at this level of the game. But as you can see, I've already gone up almost 4 levels without even completing my first bounty. So I should be able to tear through this in no time. If I don't, you guys get to be here to watch me fail. Which is why I chose to do a video series of this, because I would like the internet to see any dismal deaths that fall upon me while on the road to hardcore acceptance, one might say. I if this character dies, there will be another one, and I will continue until I reach level 70. Though, I do not plan to continue the series indefinitely. Like, if I keep losing characters and never get to 70, it's not like every time a character dies. I'm just gonna keep going in the series because nobody wants to watch me play any of the low level stuff just over and over and over. The real meat is the riffs, which I hope to get to soon. So I want to share with you all my journey, including any dismal failures I might have. If I do lose this character, I might off video create a new one to bring you up to speed to this character's level. Though if he dies again, I might just have to record that and have a death log. My greatest hits of failure in a sense. But this is Brave Titanius. It has been a while since I have embraced my Demon Hunter roots and played one. I started the game way back in launch with Demon Hunter. I spent way too long getting him to level 60 because leveling back then, at least my methods, if nothing else, was extremely time consuming. And by the time I got back into the game, I made sure he was level 60, got Reaper Souls, got him to 70, and quickly started in on a Crusader and was working towards my quest of getting a 70 of every class, which has almost been accomplished, save for the Witch Doctor, who is going to be my main character in Season 4. Or at least he is going to be one of the characters I get to 70. I don't particularly care for playing Witch Doctors. I've totally completed the bounty here. My apologies, my endless ramblings have caused me to miss that my objective is complete, thus making this a woefully inefficient run for experience. Man, look at this. My guide talks about how you need to be efficient to level fast, and here I am, just wandering around killing. Sometimes I enjoy just killing things. Picked up Rapid Fire, one of my favorite skills. I have come to the realization that, unfortunately, to ever be doing endgame like tier 6 rifts or 50 plus greater rifts, I'm going to need to embrace the current strategies for Demon Hunter, which is a decent amount of defensive capabilities, with offense normally being done by turrets, or I know that the cluster shot, I believe it is also a really nice way to damage enemies. Though for my leveling purposes, this ability is going to work perfectly until I can get better. It will probably be replaced by maybe multi-shot? I'm not sure yet. My builds as I level are never anything specific unless I pick up early game legendaries with synergies to special skills, because I'm just leveling. I like to put together the most efficient rotation possible, so I like to do a lot of AoEs, anything that kills the enemy fast, managing to keep me alive. Ooh, taking quite a bit of damage there. How embarrassing would it be to go down before level 10?
I need more hatred to do that.
I need more hatred, though. Oh. There's a possibility that these guys will just kick my... There we go.
I'm well again.
That would be embarrassing. Diablo 3, one of my best games, and I can't even get a hardcore character level 10. But do not panic. before I ever covered, I'm going to kill Belron, torturer of souls. He shall not be torturing my soul this day. The loot is so underwhelming at low levels. I'm used to picking up rares upon rares upon rares that are just garbage. But no, now I'm looking at just basic magic items. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, or chosen to go back to a low-level character. I plan to do some build videos with the next season and the next patch with Kanai's Cube and everything. I think Kanai's Cube is going to allow us to change up a lot. The ability to use legendary special abilities as passives, that's huge. I think it's going to significantly vary the build setup, the current metagame, because it's going to allow more freedom while still having the legendary special effects that you need to have. Like, I know one of the most important items for most builds is the Ring of Royal Grandeur. So, being able to have the ability of the Ring of Royal Grandeur without wearing the Ring of Royal Grandeur is going to leave a whole other ring slot open. That's a very exciting prospect to me. Let's see if we can complete this bounty. It'll be interesting to see what level I am by the time I complete these bounties. Yeah, so I'm very excited for the next patch, and like I said, I do plan to hit it pretty hard with next season. I've got some friends who are going to play with me, and I'm going to hopefully get out some really nice build videos. I was looking through my stuff, and unfortunately the characters I have now do not have all of the gear that's needed to really support any current build. With so little time left in the season, there is a slim chance in me being able to find the items and set up my builds fast enough. However, if I do, I'll be bringing you more content for Diablo 3, more builds. I'm going to do some custom brews, as well as bring you some of the more top tier sort of power builds that I can find on the internet. And as we are trying to do, we're gonna set out videos on Friday and articles on Wednesday. So the build can will either come in article or video form, maybe a combo. We shall see.
I need more hatred.
I'm also working on getting the damage calculator on our ADL site. I'm going to work with Dreo and set it up so that we can look at Diablo synergies. It's a massive undertaking, so I don't know when it's going to be up, but we are at least trying. So I had to defeat this Ironsmith, but he's way up there because I chose the wrong direction. But at least I have managed to keep my eyes on the prize this time, and I didn't just wander around this dungeon after completing my objective. Just have to kill Anarchus, Lord of Damnation. Sounds like a chick fellow. So we should fight to punch, maybe. Probably has several stories. Not sure why he has skeleton henchmen, but that is adventure mode for you. Except that, you know, doing these bounties where I am means that the enemies are going to be a certain type, like rifting. Oh, better do this cursed chest. Well, it might be a little out of my way, so to speak. The cursed chest events yield pretty good XP and extra loot, which loot is so quickly replaced in these early levels, but the XP is always good. Already reaching level 7. I'm guessing I'm gonna hit 15 before the end of this set of bounties. I'm only on my second bounty. Already level 7. The bounty reward will probably bounce me up to 8. Playing on hard is nice just due to the small boost in XP I'm getting. These guys. I wonder if they can taste whatever their tongue touches. Like, do they not care about what it tastes like? Or if years of tasting everything they attack, just giving them an iron stomach? I don't know. I would imagine that if they could taste it, it would not be pleasant. Right now, Titanius is most likely covered in mountains of demon gore. Those skeletons will gore him. Even if I'm not, that would taste like leather, sweat, I guess. Which does not sound appetizing, despite the fact that leather is kind of meat. Oh yes, let's help this guy. No, cannot skip his dialogue options. No walk away while he's talking. Stare into this lava. Forged in battle. Protect Ironsmith Maldano.
I'm heading to the end. Stay at my side.
Maldonado. There we go. Couldn't focus on his name for a second while I was not really fighting because the event had barely started. Excuses, excuses. We're going to complete some bounties in this video. Start my path. Make sure I don't die. And just, as I've already stated, I gave you guys kind of my goal for what I want done with this hardcore character. In future videos, I will be doing more of the same. I'm going to pepper in riffs along the way, just for the sake of riffing, because I enjoy it. I think that explosion would have killed me. Level 7, dead. That wouldn't have looked good on my record. Good. Look at that, just like I said. About to use the level 8. Well, let's go clear the foundry. After I kill this Quillback. This Soul Ripper. Call it Soul Ripper, but all they do is lick you. It's a little unsettling. Let me take a look at my stats here. See how jacked up. Oh yeah, 17.58 DPS, 418 toughness. As you can tell, Titanius, the level 7 Demon Hunter, is ready to take on any challenge. Numbers like those, man, I tell you, they are certainly numbers. Colossal Gorgers. I like the way he decomposes as I kill him. I'm going to see about in future videos gaining companions in the form of friends, or possibly people who play this game that I don't even know in person. Oh, these guys are actually causing me to move. I don't know if I like that. I had to pop a potion. This could be fatal. But yeah, it would be a lot more entertaining for me, and I would hope for you guys to bring in friends. And do this together. Look at the community of Diablo players. All striving to make to level 70 without dying. That's the dream, right? I know there's going to be like hardcore players who, if they ever saw this video, they'd just be laughing. Like, What a noob. Starting a hardcore character right now. Doesn't he know this, and this? Why didn't he do this first? I know that there are those people who they only play hardcore Diablo. Or, you know, Path of Exile, whatever their game of choice is. Yeah, wow, I am dying.
My strength is back.
These soul rippers are certainly trying to separate me from mine. Back up there for one. I also in recent Diablo history, I have been playing a lot of Monk. They were one of the classes that I needed to hit 70 with. And I found myself enjoying it, playing Monk a lot. In fact, he may be one of my most played characters now. Not sheer hours wise, but just actual content wise. Because Demon Hunter is by far my most hours, yet unfortunately is also one of the classes I have the least accomplished with, due to how much time I spent in Diablo before things like Smart Loot when the auction house was up. Back in the dark days. Yeah, just had to find the second level of the Foundry, that's it, but no. Gotta find more Demon Raiders. I would kill for a multi-shot right now. Maybe Vault to stay away from all of those really deadly projectiles. It is refreshing to play in hardcore mode, to have to actually consciously be aware of the damage I'm taking. My monk doesn't die very often due to that 30% increase in decent gear and everything. However, when he does, it's never a big deal, so I don't care to worry about it. Alright, cool. I technically should probably put it down to normal, going by my own rules of efficiency, because as you saw, it was slightly difficult for me to kill that elite mob. I'm sure in normal, it would have been no problem, meaning it would be more efficient to clear bounties if I was on normal. However, I'm not going to do that with this character, simply because I want a challenge in keeping him alive. So what I'm saying basically is, remember all those things I wrote about in an article and on ways to level up Diablo characters? Yeah, I'm going to ignore some of those just so that it's harder. So I get to level up slower, you know. I just feel as if I go to normal now, I'd almost be cheating myself the experience. And nobody wants to be cheating the experience. A game that played for hundreds of hours. These Morlocks, man, they are toxic. And by that I mean they hurt. Or they are not actually toxic. Or plagued, as it may be. I would like the game to give me that pop-up now of, hey, you're being too slow, here's the second level. Because all I have to do is get down there and kill enemies. I am rapidly approaching level 9? Oh, I didn't actually realize that. Oh no, I got to level 8 now. Protected. Malkadon, or Malzadon, Madonadon. The blacksmith. 10 in no time. Because that's right, I'm good at this. Smoke screen, nah. Not worth it. I just want Vault. Vault is by far one of my favorite skills. Excuse me, in the Demon Hunter arsenal. It helps me stay alive, which, as a Demon Hunter, I am want to do, being squishier than my melee counterparts, who I greatly enjoy playing as well. I did at one point think about starting a Crusader on hardcore, because in the Crusader lore, every time a Crusader dies, they're adept, I think it is, their trained basically, takes up their name. Oh my god, am I seriously going to die right here? Oh, Waller is brutal on me. Oh, thank God, I just got Vault. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Only I need to vault in the right direction.
I must wait longer.
Whew. I am thankful for my vault, which I have just received. Oh no.
Require aid.
These guys having teleport is not good for me. Alright. Well, you witnessed the first of many white knuckle moments in my hardcore playthrough. As I have said, I am very experienced, but I will not claim to be the best at playing. She just stood there and took most of that rapid fire to the face. Alright. There we go. Dual wielding like a proper Demon Hunter. Increase my damage to 31.83. As you can see here, top tier DPS. I'm ready for Torment now. Actually, that's another thing about leveling. If I pick up a really good legendary item, like say level 30, that boosts my DPS way above what it is, I might actually bump up difficulty to Torment, just for the increased XP gain and everything for a while. But then once it starts becoming difficult, if it is not difficult already,
I need more
I
hatred
will.
to do
Nope,
that.
cannot let him escape. Throw myself heedlessly into danger for treasure. Screw the hardcore aspect when there's a treasure goblin. That's kind of what I feel like I just did there. If there was any sort of elite mob around, I would probably have died. Yes, all of that blue gear. Apparently I chose the wrong direction for finding the next level of the Foundry. All I did was find XP and loot. How dare I? And I guess I'll take the other path. There was a little bit more over there. With my luck, that's where it's going to be. But I have a feeling maybe if I go... Nope, never mind. So as you can see, my pathfinding skills are also amazing. And I don't understand why I've not gotten farther. I mean, only level 9 with this expedient method. How could it yield me such slow XP when I run effortlessly to and from every objective? Look at this. Leaving gold around. A whole 1 and 2 gold. I'm sorry, dear anybody who ever watches this video, for my lackadaisical approach to picking up gold. Alright, now I just have to kill everybody, which shouldn't be too hard. These succubus. These decent amount of damage to me, though at least they are not elite packs.
My hatred is too low.
Caltrops for you. Yeah, upon taking this game a little more seriously than I did when I started, rapid fire really starts to, I really start to see how it's not that great. It's so much fun to just sit in a corner and do this to people. But at the same time, attacking one target at a time when I could do multi-shot and wound or kill all of them. There's better things than multi-shot, I suppose. I mean, cluster arrow is a nice little AoE, massive resource hog, but I have seen some builds in the past that make it work without even having a resource generator. It was pretty wonderful. The companion skills are another thing that took me a while to really get into using, that like having the animals with you. But those surprisingly are about as useful as my turrets, which I have at least always loved using the turrets. I just never built into them as my primary source of damage, which is the build I want to go for with this guy. I want to set up the unhallowed set with, so that my main click does pool of reflection bonus. So that my main click does bonus damage and generates more resources. But I also want to be able to put down, man, lots of treasure goblins. I'm sorry, they're stopping me in the middle of talking. But I also want to be able to put down several turrets. Whoa, that guy was full of stuff. The turrets are one of my favorite ways to play because it's like set down turrets, kite around for a while to stay alive. Unfortunately today I will probably just be hitting level 10. I don't know, maybe I'll go through the entire bounty set. It feels like a shame to leave all those bounties, to leave a bounty set in the middle without getting my cash. If I had infinite time to record, I would complete all of the bounties and then open all of the caches after doing that, because the caches are actually I'm working on, not saying so much, which I realize I say a lot. The caches actually scale to your level. So if I were to do all 5 zones right now, the caches that I pick up at the end would be scaled to whatever level I picked them up at. So if instead of just grabbing the reward immediately after doing, what am I in Act 3? I could be easily level 25, 30, and then all of my caches would also be 25, 30, giving me relative gear, as opposed to easily replaceable gear. But alas, that is not how life gets to work right now. Though, the more you watch, the more you support this video, the website as a whole, the more content me and Dreo can bring everyone. Shameless plug. Oh, the chest. I'll just leave that guy to his own vices while I sit here. These tremors are some of my least favorite due to that stupid stupid shell ability where they just huddle up. Level 10, as you might have seen, passive slot. Passives. Let's take a look at. Let's not have enemies around first because I am in hardcore mode. Something I must remind myself on a constant basis. Alright, let's see. I have Thrill of the Hunt, or I have Tactical Advantage. I think I'm going to go with Tactical Advantage for the increased movement speed after vaulting. Because God knows I'm going to need it in hardcore. One enemy left and he's not in here. Seriously. He's probably be over here because there's a little bit of shroud left on the map. Ah, yes, an entire chest. And no enemy around. He probably ran away. Was in the middle of a fight or something. I don't know. It's obnoxious. What's what it is. They should not be so cowardly and just come face me like the demon monsters they are. Even though I'm not a demon monster. I'm just a Nephilim. Half demon, half angel, with the power to kill all of them. Man, I left him way back here too. Of course, just chilling somewhere in the middle. And it's a tremor. Level 11. You know what? I'm just gonna finish out these bounties for you guys today. I like Area Crater because I like the little stinger guys. Yep. These guys are fun to kill in droves. More fun if I had, you know, like multi-shot, where I could just hit an area and wipe them out. I actually should probably go to town, do some shopping. By that I mean upgrade my... Let's do that. Let's go upgrade some of my peoples. See if I can get some better gear. Seeing as how I have almost no resources, I'm not sure I'll be able to, but never hurts to try. Or does it? I'll also be prioritizing toughness a little more than my damage. Normally I like to take anything almost that has a higher damage threshold. To a point, of course. But here, seeing as how I need to stay alive, it's going to be pretty important to keep my toughness up. Especially due to playing something that doesn't have just inherent... Oh man, I have to salvage all these. Inherent damage reduction, like Monk and Crusader and everyone. I can make myself some better gloves, better hat. Ah, there we go. Oh, I need money. Well, when I get to it, I can make myself some. Seriously. Oh. Alright. Damage is up to 39.33. So as you can see, I am excelling quite rapidly. After the last update, well, at the start of Season 3, I was really happy to see the different bounties like this one, where you get to destroy demon gates. Because man, I was getting tired of doing things like killing the Skeleton King every time I need to complete Act 1 bounties, and killing the Butcher. I'm not gonna lie, I've done mostly Act 1 bounties in the past, where like, rings and everything. But they got really old, and adding in actual special little events like destroying demon gates or saving the Tristram's townspeople, stuff like that, it was really fun, and it felt like new content in a way, in that it was something we hadn't previously done. That's another thing that excites me about Kanai's Cube and everything, is that it looks like there is a small zone that goes with it, because it looks like you actually need to go get the cube. And that adds more lore to the game. It adds more places, just like the new zone they added to the Rift, the Yeti-like one. Or Arctic, I suppose would be more the correct word. But it has a Yeti. Another pool of reflection. So I've got plenty of XP gain going on right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of AoE skills, which is what I'm desperately in need of right now. objectives is right over there, but I don't want to get too greedy and just jump in the middle of it, not playing my monk. With my monk, I surround myself with enemies. A lot of his attacks are AoE, and then he has life on hit and crazy life regen. Then just in case, because I'm not confident in my abilities, I also have, what's it called, near-death experience as one of my passives. So I can just keep going and keep going and keep going. Yeah, see right here, I would love some form of AoE. This is actually turning out to be a slightly more harrowing experience than I anticipated, which is welcome. It will be especially fun once I get to even higher, once I start like greater rifting for legendary gems and such. The turrets will also be very welcome in that I don't have to stand in the way of my opponents, which would be wonderful. I am at this moment also very glad that I don't have to pick up potions anymore. Because, well, that would just be another part of this that would slow me down. And nobody wants that. I probably would have died at that point. I've chugged potions almost religiously since I started this. Level 11. I'm guessing by the time I'm done with this active bounties, I'll be, if not at 15, really close to it. I suppose 14 at the least. Because I'm almost 12 already, plus the actual completion of this bounty is going to give me close to a level, if not an entire level. And I still have 4 of these things to destroy, which all spawn enemies. Want to be around. Oh, good. Molted. So watch out for that. One of those will probably end my journey right quick. After this bounty, I'm definitely... Ooh, let's not be on that. I'm definitely going to pop to town, craft myself some gear. The more rares I can start wearing, the better. Want that DPS up. Ugh. These teleporting guys are killer right now. Now there's a...
I must wait longer.
chance that I just cannot actually do this. Whew. I was not just because of the current temperature in my room due to it being extremely hot. I was sweating there for a moment. Alright. I got this. Troopers aren't so bad. Those teleporting enemies, those are, if anything is going to kill me, it's going to be those. They are the bane of me right now. I mean, I suppose they can't be entirely because they have not killed me yet. But they are not pleasant. Worms. Demonic servants, worms, whatever. That would be wonderful. Yeah, crafting some gear is going to help immensely.
Accustomed to that.
Level 12. Chakram. You know, I think I want to run it just due to the fact that it is AoE. I'm going to switch out for Entangling Shot. I'm going to do this instead and then go with Caltrops here. So I'm going to do Entangling Shot to slow down my opponents, allowing me a little more time to get away. Which Tolkien Phase Beasts don't care, but the rest of the enemies that should help a little bit against if I get too far over my head. Which seems to be a bit of a specialty of mine so far. Yeah, Chakrams is going to help with just those hordes. In that it doesn't have to stop at one target. That will definitely aid in the keeping me alive. It's almost a different game having to think about my life so much. Not like when you normally play and it's like, yeah, who cares if I die? I don't even remember if you lose gold anymore. My stores of gold on my actual characters is so high that I don't even think about that aspect. I'm a little bummed to not have rapid fire to focus down these big guys. I don't know. Maybe I will take Caltrops out. Put Chakrams there because I cannot get frozen. I will die. Because Caltrops, it's pretty much just doing what my regular Entangling Shot's doing. Like I said earlier, as I level, I don't have a set build plan. I adapt and go with whatever seems to work at the time. And sometimes I will do things like add in rapid fire just because I want to play with rapid fire. Oh, looks like my last two objectives are right next to each other. That will be downright helpful. So let's start putting Chakrams there. Give myself rapid fire again. Prepare ourselves for the fight ahead a little. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I was staying in the fire trap. That's the kind of crap that's gonna get me killed. But hey, at least all of you get to watch it. I don't promise to be good, but I'll at least try and be entertaining. I can't really promise that either. All matter of opinion that. Incandescent tier. Instead of actual gear, I get stuff to make gear. That's not really what I want, but it'll work. Yeah, that fight was a lot smoother than the last one. Granted, there was no elite pack, but with the use of Chakrams, I was able to more quickly dispatch my foes. Ugh, Blood Clan Impalers have hit hard. Yeah, that's nice for softening them up. And it takes a surprisingly small amount. So that unfortunately did not level me to 13 like I hoped. Wow, that's a nice little upgrade there. Put me up to 43 damage. One more, I've got to go kill Axgor the Cleaver. This should be fun. Looks like Axgor's waiting for me right over here. And he is a hulking phase beast. That is all kinds of wonderful. Just what I had hoped to encounter. Alright. I do not want to get hit by those maniacal gorgers, because those guys would probably hit me crazy hard. Just to hunt down some enemies, and we have completed our first set of bounties. Without dying, might I add. Which, you know, wasn't actually sure if that was going to be the case. Though I feel like I should not speak so soon, because this is a group of hulking phase beasts, which are of course electrified, because why wouldn't they be? Alright, I've got this. I got this. I like to fall back to the checkpoints sometimes, just in case, so I might use those to jump back to town. Instead of dying, or that's the hope. I was hoping just for some mobs of the little dudes, really. Apparently, for my last task, they wanted me to fight a bunch of difficult enemies. Succubus. Molten succubus. They are able to fire at a, extremely rapid rate. Which almost caused my demise in close quarters there. However, this is good experience, if nothing else. And it forces me to work on that whole staying alive thing. Playing hardcore on currently hard feels more like playing a mobile in a way. Constantly dodging attacks, going in for little pecks. Only these opponents know nothing except to charge straight at you. So there's that. Didn't say it was a perfect analogy. Or an analogy at all. It was just similar. Alright. Here's more what I was hoping for, just some little crunchies to finish off my adventures. I am a little surprised at the lack of smaller enemies around, though when it says that I only killed 40, it does speak to a bit of a smaller area. The enemy density is not quite what I was hoping for. Feels like most of my bounties have been slightly more arduous than I had intended. There we go, look at that.
You want more?
Excellent. Let's go pick up with my Herodric cache. We'll end on me getting stuff.
I am returning to town.
Preparation is a skill I might actually be using. just because one of the runes, let's see if I can, I don't remember if I get to look at all the runes before or not. Preparation. Yeah, permanently increase your maximum discipline by 15. That might be really nice in helping me to stay alive. So I was a little off. Get to end with 13 instead. No upgrades. I'm just gonna crunch this stuff down for materials. Definitely need to make some shoulders because I haven't picked any of those up yet. Oh yeah, 47 right there for my DPS. I really like it when you get up there and you can just press one button to salvage everything of a certain color. But I'm not that cool yet. Of course, it's the common debris that I need more of. Anyway, this was the first leg of my journey, levels 1 through 13. Thank you for watching. I hope I was not too extremely boring. Whatever happens to this character, should he die, should he achieve greatness at level 70, you can watch it here on Another Damn Level. This has been Noble Titan. Have a good night.